Alright, so let's see where my reloaded save takes me. We are... Oh, we gotta do the Cthulhu thing again. Okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine.
What? Oh my god!
Mom, is that you? No. We'll just sneak under here and unlock this door. But yeah, we're not rereading all this cool stuff. As cool as it was.
Mom was approached by Orochi.
I'll click on them ones.
They interrogated her. What else are they hiding in this Project Icarus? Did they find her research? Did they find her? I need to know.
Well, they captured her.
I don't know, man, but I sure as hell wouldn't stick around long enough to find out.
Can I climb out the window? Apparently not. See, we went that way, and then the door behind us locked afterwards, and it took us back to a previous section, but it wants me to go that way. I'm just gonna run. Run! Yeah, it was that door. I don't want to break the game. I really don't. And since there's no...
Shane, the gate is opening. Get over here ASAP. You have to see this.
Okay. Scan. I'm going, what's it, Icarus? I guess.
I'll meet you there. But
Okay.
there's something I have to find out first.
Yeah, like why my frame rate going to shit.
You're all alone, little one. Sometimes I feel alone, too. We're both alone here. Together.
Then we're not alone. Like we're together. That's the opposite
Built
of
like a
alone.
bunker down here.
See anything that looks like a command center or...
Declan. Declan? Of course. All right, Shane. You got this, Chief.
Yeah, we totally got this. I don't think we got this still. So it's just like a bunker? Is that what they were saying?
They hide like rats under the floorboards. Stick their tentacles where they cannot. I have seen where they root, slither like snakes amongst the leaves.
Okay. I think we should dual wield crowbars. That'd be in my best interest. Hey, a button. Oh, okay. Doesn't do anything. Don't worry, this is a standard decontamination procedures. It's nothing to be worried about. Lab code, so this is probably where some really cool shit happens. Given the Cthulhu thing. What the fuck is the point of decontamination if you're just gonna throw your garbage bags over here? What the fuck? Icarus Complex.
My God. It's completely taken over.
Filth, seething tendrils of a hive, ever expanding. Fools, they cannot be contained.
Look for a command center. Fuck that, I want to look for Cthulhu. Should probably be under an ocean or something though, I don't know. It's a typical story. Man discovers some crazy superpower ability thing or whatever and fails to... Okay, I'm stepping away from that. And they are unable to contain it and control it. And cool shit happens as a result. Okay, standing on tentacles apparently makes me go crazy. So avoid stepping on Cthulhu's tail when possible. Oh no, cactus. That's scary. Oh. What? Oh hell yeah, what is this? It's like fusing with the power of the cactus. Probably not good for us. Whoa. Did he just try to hit me? I think we're gonna stay away from that. I think getting stabbed by tentacles is gonna be counterproductive to my progress. Alright. Come on, let's see. Got some mathematics. Nothing that looks familiar, though. I was thinking Feynman equation or whatever that had, like, the weird...
Jesus. Orochi has leverage on everyone.
Your request. We have obtained the files requested and placed them onto this console for review. The files include detailed avenues of leverage against the Invictus crew. If there is a need to put into place additional surveillance measures, we are prepared to do so. We wish your visit a pleasant one. Sempasados control. Volkova Aina. At age 27. Okay, so I guess we're getting some nice backstory stuff here. Brace for it. At age 27, Dr. Aina Volkova was directly involved in Iberia versus Khrushchev, which gained significance internationally as the incident at Kreischa, so I'm guessing that's a lawsuit. For several years, she had worked at a decommissioned military air base a few miles outside of Kreischa, Belarus. Thousands in the small city were killed by an explosion at the base. An explosion meant to cover up a horrific containment breach of an alien substance being used in her research. So she was already performing experiments and research on some kind of an alien substance, like, before all this. The high-profile trial uncovered several classified experiments attributed to Volkova, with high-ranking officials within the government denying knowledge of her research. Before a verdict could be delivered, Volkova fled Belarus and claimed asylum at the Russian Federation Embassy in Tokyo. Stationed at the embassy, exiled and extradition, Aina was unable to continue her research. We offered her the opportunity to work without constraint. She accepted under the terms of the strictest non-disclosure agreement and forced return to Belarus upon disclosure. While her ethical integrity is questionable, her skill is undeniable. Recommended vigilance, surveillance, and determination of trust upon results. Okay, so basically we have someone that's scientist doing some very ethically questionable experiments who is already, like, in a fleeing and I can't do my research situation. And then in comes evil super corporation and they recruited her for her skills. Very interesting. Shane Newhart, that's us. Shane Newhart, minor childhood trauma documented by licensed family psychiatrist, fear of abandonment, mild social anxiety. Well, lucky for us, we're not alone down here. We have some mystery lady. Graduated from Brown, PhD, Miskatonic Mechanical Engineering. Of peculiar note, created a practical equation to explain the theoretical underpinnings of Yang Mills and the mass gap in his sophomore year. The apocryphal apocryphal. The apocryphal claim is that it was made in a single weekend, otherwise unremarkable. So he had one bout of genius. Dr. Newhart is key in our understanding of Cynthia Newhart's studies and possible whereabouts. Recommended continued surveillance of home and office, potential asset for leverage if Newhart ever reemerges from isolation. Recommended hiring at local Manticore office engineering position. Accept all salary requirements. Push for more information on Cynthia Newhart. Okay, so the company basically hired us on the basis that they're trying to get information on our mother, who is particularly interesting to them, while we are basically unremarkable. Wilcox Josephine. First Lieutenant Josephine Wilcox, Special Forces, Distinguished Service Cross, received 2052. Court-martial determined, and dishonorable discharge. Record commuted, evidence expunged. Commander Wilcox resigned her post as of February 22, 2055, retaining her exemplary record and citing personal reasons for her exit. As per our contract, Wilcox began employment at our California-based Manticore facility under the strictest NDA. Record of discharge. Al-Mawala, Yemen. 2054. Friendly fire incident reported. 6 undercover agents killed during strategic raid of suspected uranium smuggling operation. Wilcox-led team suffered 0 casualties. Facility neutralized. Alpha Camp. Inciting incident of Commander Wilcox court-martial proceedings. Multiple witnesses. After brief altercation, Josephine Wilcox discharged a pistol at range of less than 1 meter, causing a perforating wound into the skull of Commanding Officer Major Corey Houston. Wilcox turned and fired a second and third gunshot, which entered the chest and shoulder of Captain Alan Sheffield. Before team members could advance and pull Wilcox away, another 2 shots were fired, critically wounding Captain Jaden Allen in the thigh and groin. Not the groin, come on. Final shots were discharged into the ceiling as officers on site wrestled her firearm away and detained her. Major Houston and Captain Sheffield died immediately. Captain Jaden Allen died in transit to medical facilities. Video evidence of the incident is retained at control. Her squad defended her actions, echoing the sentiment that the officers in question knowingly caused a friendly fire scenario through mismanagement. Commander Wilcox will receive no punitive actions for these events, so long as we exert our influence. So, nothing interesting about her. Well, maybe something weird happened. Let's see. Declan Delapore. Masters in Mechanical Engineering, Minor Linguistics, California Institute of Technology. There's an incident report. Offense, trafficking in heroin, possession of controlled substances, involuntary manslaughter. He's been sentenced... Declan is a male. He's been sentenced for 5 years. Served 5 months. Declan Delapore has a history of substance abuse, having self-admitted to rehabilitation centers twice. His court sentence closely coincides with divorce proceedings, which were finalized in 2048. On November 13, 2049, Declan Delapore was admitted to a mental health facility for evaluation after an attempted suicide. Orochi Recruitment has confirmed that Delapore has remained clean for over 12 years, as of January 1, 2062, during which time he completed his degree with honors. He has experienced significant difficulties upon graduation due to his incarceration, and Orochi's offer of employment has been contingent on his willingness to maintain secrecy. Delapore is a highly motivated individual, and Orochi has made arrangements to erase records of his past. So basically, drug history. But why would they want him so much, I wonder? Finally, Van Buren Lucas.
Oh, Lucas, what the fuck?
I didn't even read it. I'm guessing something cool in here. Alright, Lucas Van Buren. Several incidences. Final restraining order. Mary Richardson. Oh, so he's getting restraining orders on him. Temporary restraining order. Tia Anders. Final restraining order. Abigail White. Offense. Violation of restraining order. Sentence 30 days psychiatric evaluation. Dr. Van Buren's sociopathic tendencies were well documented during youth therapy. Lucas displays difficulty reading emotions and a lack of empathy for others in social settings. It notes that he was admitted to therapy after his parents discovered him performing a vivisection on the family cat. Ooh, I like this guy. Dr. Van Buren's contributions to the field of philology are vast. His dedication helped trace the evolution of Central American language to its origination point. Most recently, he has helped translate Orochi's newly discovered ancient texts and star maps. So, he's useful because of linguistics and I don't know what philology is exactly, but whatever. Orochi has maintained surveillance evidence of Dr. Van Buren's activities during the disappearances of Abigail White and Tia Anders in 2054 and 2055 respectively. The videos show Lucas violently kidnapping and assaulting the women in his home, choking them until they suffocate, and then mutilating the bodies and disposing of all evidence. So he's a bit of a serial killer type. The chances of a violent altercation are slim, well within acceptable risks, and Dr. Van Buren has seen the recordings. He will accept any assignment given with no questions asked. He is our most leverageable asset. So I guess one of his strongest skills is the fact that he's sociopathic, which is like when you think in terms of like military and corporations and stuff, the more inhumane you are, the better leadership skills you basically present. Got some chemistry stuff on the side here. We're going who to the window? Okay, we're going that way. And keeping my eyes open for any more computer terminals, because I am...
Fuck.
What? Because I'm having a lot of fun reading these notes. Ew. We're just not... We're going to hold it in. We're not using that toilet. Oh, no. Investigate the area. Uh-oh. I am investigating the area. Is that a T-Rex? Looks like the head of a T-Rex or something in a statue form. That is not a T-Rex, never mind. Space Aeron chair. Anything else cool? Not really. Yeah, I hear you loud and clear. I'm one of those that proudly admits I sit my bitch ass down to pee. I feel it's, one, disrespectful if you have any women in the home to be leaving the toilet seat up, and even if you aren't, people piss on shit, and it just, whoa. And if you've ever not worn pants and peed into a toilet, there's splashback that you can feel on your legs, so it's a sanitary issue, and nobody knows how to aim in the first place. Everyone thinks they do. No, you don't. I think everybody should sit to pee, without exception. Ooh. I have reason to believe this guy is aware of my presence. And it's also more sanitary in that you're not touching as many things. Every now and then a little spiky thing comes out of that guy. Do I get hurt if I don't know what is and what is not dangerous, so I'm like extra cautious. I'm gonna assume if the spiky things happen to coincide with my position, I might get hurt. What is this? Radioactive material. Is it a reactor, maybe? First I thought maybe a quantum computer or something, but that doesn't look like a cooling system. Yeah, I see those spikes. Gonna wait for them to... I don't know if they're actually harmful or not, but... I don't want to risk it. This way. Okay, yeah, if it's a public restroom, then maybe different rules apply. But usually public bathrooms tend to have urinals and things, and that's different, you know, different story. I was thinking more in terms of at home, where you have roommates or family or...
What is that?
That's a fetus. Cthulhu.
What is that?
It's a baby. I don't think it's human, though. I do love, like, fictional, crazy company, corporations that are... Oh, they even have a containment thing. That perform, like, crazy-ass, like, unethical, inhumane experiments and stuff. It's just such a fascinating thing. I think we don't go that way because, you know, tentacles. Oh, there's more of this weird stuff. There was some interesting shit that must have been going on here. I am all up on this. Wants me to go that way, huh? What if I want to get a good look out this window? See what else is there to be seen? Not a lot to be seen out there, okay. We'll go this way. Oh, he died. That's what you get for not having legs. Thought I was gonna have to run away from it, but nope. Nope. We're fine. Just taking a look. Oh, they got some of those diggers and stuff down there. Checkpoint reached. It's too quiet. Something bad is bound to happen. Well, this hallway's seen better days.
You're trembling, little one. Let me swaddle you in viscera and wrap you in the nature of my bones.
Stop it! Get out of my head!
You could crack open your helmet like a walnut. Let in the meat back, and my voices will
Wait, we're not wearing a helmet.
Not in the spaces we know, but in between.
Woman, I shall ravage you between thy butt cheeks. Please get out of my head. Oh, fuck. I am glad this game isn't doing like the amnesia stuff where if you look at things that are spooky, it messes with your vision. Instead, it's just touching things and coming into contact with it instead does. I think that's the better way to do it. There's a whole pathway there, but in the interest of not breaking the game, I will try as best I can to stick to the waypoint. Access denied. Oh, fuck.
A hand scanner. Looks like it opens a door to an elevator.
Only discarded pieces block the path. Rain synapses. Unanswered question.
Well, then answer them. Where there is a hand scanner, there must be a hand. And I will be the one to find it. Oh, we got padded rooms. Just a little bit of smudging around going in this one. Oh yeah, something going on over there. It's like absorbing the environment. So like the whole second half of the game is so much better than like the beginning stuff. Oh no, these are gonna hurt me. I'm going to run straight across. Run! Oh, they don't hurt you? Oh, okay. Wait, what? Maybe there's a switch or something to open that.
Huh, there are more of those
Where?
things?
I want to see. Show me. Where? Oh, there it is. Let me see, let me see, let me see.
Manipulated, contorted their beings until they emerge from chaos anew.
Oh, I didn't get a good look. I didn't know where it was coming from. Whatever it is, it was doing some fancy pants mathematical calculations in their cell. Who the hell gives somebody in a padded room a marker to write with? If you're in a padded room, that means you may be harmful to yourself. You do not give people weapons, and usually you give them a straitjacket so that they cannot, you know, hurt themselves. Damn it, I really feel bad not getting a good look at that, though, while it was happening. Why is it? I don't have a hand. Maybe I'm authorized now, I don't know. Nope. Can I go this way? Oh, yeah, I can. Look for... Find the door code, find a way to use the elevator.
Numbers sees their meaning.
Oof. I need a number. I need numbers. Oh, hell yeah. MRIs. And a computer. For those of you that don't know, like I've had several MRIs in my past, so I've gotten to go through these. But I have a spinal cord stimulator implant, which is like a battery pack and a series of wires and probes that are sutured into my spine. Because I have basically metal stitched into my spinal column, I can't do MRIs again. That's why I have a medical alert bracelet that specifically says that in case I was in like an emergency room unconscious. Because those electromagnets are so powerful, it would essentially rip out either the probes or more likely, I think it's sutured on the inside, so it would just probably rip out my fucking spine. The more you know.
We're all expendable assets to Orochi.
Well, no shit, you're expendable.
Wasn't enough to know all our secrets. If they can't leverage us, they'll just replace us.
No shit, Sherlock. The Icarus Project is authorized to enact contingency plan in case of unforeseen circumstances that may put the Invictus crew at risk. A replica of the individual will be made and preserved until a severe violation has occurred. A replica? Are they cloning? Severe violations of company policy include the following: unauthorized transmission of operations information to an outside source regardless of content, verbal threat or intent to control or sabotage mission objectives or company equipment, homicide, witnessing a homicide, sustaining a fatal or crippling injury, witnessing the retrieval or release of cloned subject. Please review proper safety guidelines before retrieval or release of cloned individual. Discretion is of the utmost importance. Failure to follow protocol guidelines will result in immediate termination. Well, isn't that interesting? So they can basically clone anybody in the staff. So if they violate any of these policies, they kill you and they simply put a clone in your place. That's an interesting solution. Like that, I can't even express how interesting of an approach that is. And I'm assuming witnessing release or retrieval of a cloned subject. Oh, maybe that's not just for your own clone. Because it sounds as if they only have one of you at any given time, and only if you violate a protocol do they kill you and replace you by another you. Status update. Primary systems active. Cloning successful. Organic tissue shows no signs of deterioration through advanced aging process. Memory implantation through nocturnal brain scan complete. So they not only clone you, they implant memories in. Pod 1 is Volkova. Then there's Declan, Shane, I'm in Pod 3, Lucas in 4, and Wilcox in 5. Cryostasis active on all of them. So the clones are already active, ready to go essentially, and just in stasis. And I imagine they implant memories from some period back before you were in the mindset to commit one of these violations, such as sabotage.
Holy shit. That's all of us. The entire Invictus crew. Are we the originals?
Probably not.
Or the copies?
You're probably copies at this point. Here lies Declan. Just waiting to commit a violation and get out there in the wild and do more research. Lucas, the sociopath. Ina, she's bald. We'll give you a wig before we pull you out. Shane, that's us. And Wilcox, the one that I guess killed a bunch of people before she showed up here. Also bald. What was that? Okay, no time to ogle the ladies in stasis. I gotta... Oh, what the hell? Oh, yeah, I want to see it. Wait a minute, couldn't I just take one of the... Whoever's got that authorization, couldn't I maybe, like, pull them out of cryogenic, cut off their hand, kill them, and, like, high-five the hand skinner?
It doesn't end.
Split from a single seed. Germinated, scribbled on carbon paper, they multiply like vermin. Sentience is a glitch in the sensory organs. Pain, a cancer.
It's not a glitch, it's an emergence. There's a difference. This is the danger sensor. Danger sensor. I'm guessing this is where they raise the embryo up into full-grown adult form with boobs and stuff. Ooh, another computer. Okay, this is going to be good, I hope. Experiment number 297 of Project Icarus. We are experimenting with the substance, phenomenon, entity, oftentimes called the filth, what Dr. Botka prefers to call Z-Path. Each sample tightly contained and weakened with a particular regimen of radiation as per the Icarus protocol. The goal of this experiment is to see if the effects of this preternational containment are the same on cloned human tissue and cloned hybrid human tissue as on a normal human tissue. If the effects are not the same, how do they differ? Today we applied minute amounts of the filth on cloned cells using the safety protocols and observed. Effects were largely similar with the molecules of the containment attacking the cells, however the process moved more slowly than observed before. So if I'm understanding this correctly, they're basically using the clones to test the pathogen on, but they want to compare that to the same test on, like, the originals. The filth has escaped. Who would have seen that coming? I have sealed my safety suit and performed all the emergency protocols. I have injected the radiated serum as outlined in the procedures. The side effects are intense but mundane and far better than the alternative. How did that happen? There was no breach. I think the theory that the filth flows even undulates among dimensions outside of our perceived three may have merit. I have sent for help. I am trying not to panic. I am recording the findings this mishap affords. Well, yeah, I mean, if we were dealing with spatial dimensions, the idea of, let's say, a sheet of paper, and you have like two characters or something drawn on it, on a sheet of paper, and it's a two-dimensional existence, so to speak. If you add a third dimension, you could fold that piece of paper over, or even into a tube, and if you kept walking in that world as a two-dimensional being, you would end up on the edge of one side and then suddenly transporting yourself into the other by stepping through the third dimension. So if we're talking a fourth or fifth spatial dimension, you're talking about being able to move from one position in time into another, or from one position in space to another in the dimension below. I think it's probably something more simple than that, since I guess we're dealing with things in the head anyways, like mind telepathy, communication type stuff, which probably means all sorts of things. But from control to memory wiping and so on. I don't want to get on a soapbox too far with that, but fascinating stuff. Voices continue. I ignored them at first, congratulated myself on my rationalism, but then the voices learned to mimic my voice. And I thought they were me, and I was the voice. And I was the voices. No, that doesn't make sense. Radiation must be working. My limbs have begun to do things on their own, but only when I'm not looking. I have to stare at my limbs very carefully or they misbehave. I've made a careful regimen of making sure to not look at any one body part for more than 7 seconds. I have to keep watch on them, except for my right arm. Good arm. I am a scientist. Scientist. Oh, I just noticed Manly went to go eat. Fair enough. So this guy would probably go crazy if he has to keep staring at a body part for 7 seconds. Like, that's pure gonna make you go mad. Cut off arm today. Right arm. Good arm. Only uncorrupted part. Pristine. It will be pristine forever. Stored good arm. And more code 9510. Bingo. So not only do we have the code to that door, apparently in that door is the arm that we probably need to activate that sensor. All of the pieces fall into place. I'm a scientist. I will lock myself in padded room. Everyone is safe. Scientist. Scientist. Science. So yeah, he's gone mad. But he was useful, because where he failed, I will make progress. Unless something shows up and kills me. Alright, where was that door? Right here. It was 9, 5, 1, 0. Enter. Okay, so we're looking for an arm. Oh, there's stuff in here too. Seizure warning. Okay, that's killing me. We'll stay away from that one. Let's start with one of these. Oh, it's a morgue. Cool. I mean, pretty small morgue though. Only fit about 4 bodies. There's probably enough to prepare for cremation, which is probably what that is, a furnace. That would be an android. Hi. Are you preparing for cremation? Ma'am? I think that's a ma'am. I think it's an android. Yeah, you stay there. I'm looking for a hand. Have you seen a hand? I'll just look myself.
Oh,
Here we
God.
go.
That's disgusting.
A tactile
Yoink.
tool. Tender. Untethered.
Well, now I want to know what's in this one. That way, I can safely say it's not in the last place I looked. Because when I found it, I kept looking. Okay, I don't see any sign of danger.